What up, y'all? It's Easy Lou Unboxing TV. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time I drop a video. So, David Benavidez, and he had an interview about a week and a half ago where he's talking about a lot of things, and one of the things that he was asked about was his current little beef he has going on with Caleb Plant. Him and Caleb Plant, they've been going back and forth at each other for like the past few years. I don't know if any of you seen the footage that happened in the gym, but something happened with Caleb Plant, and his brother. Caleb Plant was over there, like in the video. All you see, Caleb Plant was training, and then Team Benavidez comes over and look like David's brother, his older brother, because older brother boxes too. And some altercation happened. Punches were thrown, but it wasn't like, I don't think anyone landed. People like was trying to get in between them and stuff. But they've had a little beef going on for a while, and in one of his most recent interviews about a week and a half ago or so, he said that he was asked about Caleb, and he said, yeah, he just doesn't like him because Caleb talks a lot of shit, and he just wants to shut his mouth. Now, he claimed, David Benavidez claims that he doesn't care about the money, he doesn't care about the belts. He just wants to hurt Caleb. Right? He just wants to hurt him. He said he's not gonna be satisfied if Caleb, he doesn't break his ribs, black eye, he's hurt. He wants him to leave the ring knowing and thinking to himself, damn, I shouldn't have messed with that guy. Right? This is what Dave Benavidez said. And I like Dave Benavidez, man, and I like Caleb Plant too. Caleb Plant is actually one of my favorite fighters. But even if Caleb says some weird shit, I would call him out on it too. Dave Benavidez, he claimed that he said, look at Caleb Plant competition that he's having right now. Right? He said they gave him fighting boots, knots. Who else? Fighting boots, knots. He named the other guy's name. Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee, I think the guy's name was Kevin Lee, and now he's about to fight Caleb Truax. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember it was Kevin Lee or fighting boots knots, but one of them were his was Caleb's mandatory. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta go back and look, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure. I think it was David Lee. Lee was mandatory. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but one of them was for sure. And Caleb Plant called out Caleb Truax a couple years ago, right? A couple years ago, and but it didn't come to fruition. Like a lot of these dudes was ducking Caleb. Like before Caleb got in the position to fight Uzgatagi for the belt, and take his belt from him when right before Caleb became the IBF champ, he called a couple of these guys out, and Caleb Truax was one of them. And so David Benavidez claims in this interview that how look who he's fighting, Caleb Truax, and David Benavidez said, yeah, no disrespect to Caleb Truax, but he couldn't even make it to his last fight. He said Caleb Truax was dehydrated and he couldn't even make it to his last fight. But whose fault is that? Please tell me. Whose fault is that? That's not Caleb Plant's fault that Caleb Truax couldn't make it to his last fight because he was dehydrated. Shit. Whose fault is that? I mean, no disrespect to him, but you weren't focused. You're not disciplined enough. I don't know what he did, but he fucked up and he was feeling bad. I think they said he passed out or some wild shit too. But whose fault is that? Is that Caleb's fault? But so you talking about his competition. Let's look at your two last fights. You fight Alexis Angulo, right? Where you got stripped for your belt on the scale because you ain't make weight. And before that, you fought Ronald Graville, if I'm not mistaken. Neither one of these two guys are like the best opposition in the world, David. Like, stop that shit. They're not the best opposition in the world. And those are your last two guys you fought. No one on planet Earth thought that either one of them was going to put up a good fight with you. So you talking about Caleb's last opposition. What about yours? Right? And Caleb is actually doing a 360 and coming back for someone that he called out a couple years ago, because Caleb wanted that fight with Caleb Truax. I'm pretty sure Caleb could have picked anybody else, but if I'm not mistaken, you're getting ready for a fight right now, right, Benavidez? And right? So sorry about that. So yeah, you can't he can't just be here and like just talk about Caleb and like you're not like doing the same thing. Both of you are fighting the oppositions that that's presented to you, right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, both of y'all I've heard Caleb say this about a year ago or so that no, or under a year, but right before the pandemic, Caleb said that he think you had a fight coming up or you were setting something up, and he said that he was gonna set something up, and after that, like in a year or so, you two can fight. So, cause you said why they giving him Caleb Truax when they could have gave him to you, but if I'm not mistaken, Caleb wants you to get your WBC belt back so it could be worth something. So I don't understand where all this wild talk coming from. Like, but sometimes these boxers just say stuff just to make themselves sound good or make themselves sound right. He also said some wild shit talking about how um like behind the cameras, Caleb would be like, "Yo, I mean, let's make each other money, this and that. It's just for the cameras." And then in front of the cameras, Caleb talk crazy. You know, when you ever met a person that like like they're telling you a story and you can just tell they're lying? Dog, I don't see that. I don't believe that. I mean, I wasn't there, but that's my opinion. I don't believe Caleb told him that. That shit just sounds wild. I don't believe that at all. Something else he said he doesn't like Caleb because he's always talking shit. He's always saying this and that. He's calling them fat and telling them to keep his nose clean because we all know that Benavidez first time he got stripped for his title like a year ago, he failed the drug test, not like steroids or PED or anything. It was for cocaine. That's a fact. So when Caleb said, "No, me, if he keeps his nose clean, if he keeps his nose clean, we do something good." Like that's a double entendre. Caleb trying to be funny, but you know what he means. Like stay out of trouble, but also keep your nose clean from that white. This is facts. He's not making nothing up. He also said Caleb keeps calling him fat. What happened months ago when you got stripped from your title? Why did you get stripped? Why did you get stripped on the scale? That's a fact. Like you're a skinny fat guy. I mean, don't get twisted. He's cool and all that, but come on, son. Like dude just be in their feelings too much, too much. But he said he wants to hurt this guy and all that, and hurt Caleb. And I understand they don't like each other, but you can't be mad when a man tells you the truth. A lot of people just don't like to hear the truth. Keep your nose clean, and we would have probably got that fight this year, even though it wouldn't have been with no fans. But still, we could have got it this year. But you can't like now I mean stay on track and make weight and all type of weird shit. I don't even think Caleb wants to fight you if you don't got that belt. Go get that belt back. Come on, son. You just gotta keep it real sometimes, dog. You gotta keep it real, but I'll tell you what, I'm betting on Caleb when they fight. I fuck with Benavidez. He's a good fighter and all that, but I'm betting on Caleb, dog. Caleb faster than him. He had better feet work. They both have ring generalship, but I think Caleb IQ in the ring is a little higher. He throws Benavidez throws a good combination and he has power for sure. But I think Caleb with his feet work, his movement, he has used that jab good. Benavidez also has a good jab. Man, there Benavidez his arm reach is 77. 77 inches. Caleb is 6'1" and his arm reach is 74 inches. So he has what? 3-inch arm reach advantage on Caleb. I mean, so we gonna see, man. It should be a good fight. Should be a good fight, man. But he said he wants to hurt him. That shit's kind of funny too, man. Cause yeah, when he talks about Caleb, you could hear in his voice he really doesn't like that guy. But we gonna see what's up, man. Easy little boxing, man. I'll holler at you in a minute. One.